Page 319, continuing lesson 510 on relating customary and metric units. If you look at example 3, it says if Diva drank all the water in her bottle, how many cups of water did she drink? So you can see from the bottle here, it's 0.75 liters, and we're trying to figure out how many cups that is. So notice your units, one was cups and one was liters. So we've got a lot of conversions they're giving us here. We have to just find the one with liters and cups. So if you look over here, so we have, it looks like the closest conversion we have is between liters and quarts. We actually don't have a conversion this time that goes just from liters to cups. So this is going to be the conversion we're going to work with, but we're not going to be able to directly get to our answer. So if 1 liter is 1.06 quarts, we have 0.75 liters. So from that we can figure out how many quarts that is. And then remember, we still have another step after this because we have to figure out how many cups it is. So one way we could do this, we could go from 1 to 0.75 would be multiplying by 0.75. The other option, if that didn't work, would be that we could go going towards the box would be going down. So if you did 1 times 1.06 would give you 1.06. So you could do 0.75 times 1.06. And if you'll notice, we're doing the same thing either way. It's either 1.06 times 0.75 or it's 0.75 times 1.06, which they're both the same either way. So if you multiplied that, you can see in your book they got 0.795. So 0.795 quarts. Now remember, we're not done yet. We've got 0.795 quarts. We're trying to figure out how many cups that is. So if you remember from earlier in the chapter, we had this chart. And so from that, you may remember that there were, if you fill that all in, there's four cups in a quart. So 1 quart is 4 cups. So if we have 0.795 quarts, we can figure out how many cups that is. So if we go from 1 to 0.795, we could get there by multiplying by 0.795. If you take 1 times a number, you'll get that number. So if you take 4 times 0.795, you should have, you can see that in your book there, that would be 3.18 cups. So that would be our answer for that one. And if you went a different way on this, there was one other different conversion, which was 1 quart is 0.95 liters. If you use that conversion, you'd actually get, it wouldn't come out evenly. You get like 0.789473684 quarts. and then if you multiplied that by 4, you'd get 3.157894737 cups. If you notice, those are slightly off. So what actually happens on these problems is, just depending which conversion you use, if you use a different conversion, you might get a slightly different answer. And it just has to do with the fact that it's rounded. Okay, it's rounded off. So here, this way we would get about 3.16 cups. The other way we got about 3.18 cups. They're pretty close to the same answer, and both of those would be acceptable. So if we look at the try it, they want us to find the length of a 100-yard football field in meters, and they're giving us the conversions, and it says round to the nearest tenth. So it's 100 yards. We're trying to get it to meters. So if you'll notice with the conversions, we don't have a conversion from between yards and meters. We have a conversion with yards and feet, and then we have a conversion with meters and feet. Our ultimate goal is to get meters, but what we have right now is yards. So since we have yards right now, we're going to have to use the conversion that involves yards. So we're going to have to use this, that 1 yard is equal to 3 feet. So if 1 yard is equal to 3 feet, we have 100 yards. So to get this to go from 1 to 100, we can multiply by 100. And then if we multiply 3 times 100, that would be 300. So that's 300 feet. We're trying to get it to meters, so now we need to use the other conversion. So 1 meter is about 3.28 feet. So we have 300 feet, and we're trying to figure out how many meters that is. So we got two options here. We could try and go from 3.28 to 300, or going towards the box, we could try to go from 3.28 to 1. Anything that involves 1 is going to be easier if you don't see an obvious pattern. So this is the way I'm going to do this. So to do this, we could divide by 3.28. 3.28 divided by 3.28 is 1. And so then on the other side, if we take 300 divided by 3.28, this should be our answer. Now this may or may not come out nicely. If you'll notice, they asked us to round to the nearest tenth. So when you divide that out, you should get like 91.46341463. And nearest tenth, we're going to round that off, so that's going to be about 91.5. So about 91.5 meters on the football field, not counting the end zones. So the key concept just mentions about different ways we can do this with equivalent rates, which is like using proportions, or using dimensional analysis. And again, using proportions is more what we've been talking about. So this is probably what I would do to try to work this problem out. So what I've done here, I have copied and pasted the different conversion tables that they have in this section, just so we can use those as we go through these problems. So they're wanting us to find the equivalent measures round to the nearest tenth. So number 5, they're wanting us to go from inches to centimeters. So inches to centimeters, that's going to be a length. So let's look at this length conversion. And you can see the one, there is a conversion here with inches and centimeters right here. 1 inch is about 2.54 centimeters. So I'm just going to start with that. 1 inch is 2.54 centimeters. And then we'll fill in what we know. So we know 5 inches, and we're trying to figure out how many centimeters that is. So to get from 1 inch to 5 inches, we would need to multiply by 5. So then we would need to take 2.54 times 5, which is 21.7. It said round to the nearest tenth. That is already the nearest tenth, so our answer would be 12.7 centimeters for that one. Number 6, we've got miles and kilometers. So you can see that's a length again. So right here, 1 mile is about 1.61 kilometers. So if we have that conversion, 1 mile is 1.61 kilometers. So 2 miles would be twice that amount. So twice that amount, which would be 3.22. And then we're just going to round it to the nearest tenth. So we'll say that's about 3.2 kilometers. Number 7, we're going from grams to ounces. So grams to ounces, that is dealing with weight or mass. So grams and ounces, you can see the first one there. 1 ounce is 28.35 grams. And so we have 113 grams. I don't know nicely how to get from 28.35 to 113, but I can go the other direction by dividing by 28.35. So if you do 113 divided by 28.35, that comes out as 3.985, and it keeps going. So this is actually between, if you think about it, nearest tenth, it's between 3.9 and 4.0. It's closer to 4.0, so 4.0 ounces. And you might think, well, why don't we just put 4 ounces? The reason they'll put the 0.0 is just to show that our answer is good to the nearest tenth. Our answer is accurate to the nearest tenth. And if you look at number 14, or sorry, number 8, you got 14 kilograms. We're trying to go to pounds. So kilograms to pounds, that's on that same table there. So for this one, we know 1 kilogram is about 2.20 pounds. We have 14 kilograms, so that would be 14 times as much. So if you do 2.2 times 14, would be 30.8. So 30.8 pounds for that one. Number 9, they're trying to convert from gallons to liters. So they're telling us a gallon is about 3.79 liters. We have 30 gallons, so that would be 30 times that amount. So if we do 3.79 times 30, That's 113.7 liters. This one, it didn't even say anything about rounding, so we would just leave it as it is. Don't worry about rounding off on that one. And then number 10, approximately how many ounces are equivalent to 1 kilogram? So kilogram, okay, so on this one, we don't have a conversion with kilograms and ounces. We just have a conversion with kilograms and pounds. So if we know 1 kilogram is 2.2 pounds, so basically this one's a little bit different because we already actually have it. We're used to doing these conversions, like it would say how many ounces equivalent to 5 kilograms or something. It is just 1 kilogram, so we actually really already have this conversion. 1 kilogram is 2.2 pounds, and then we're trying to go to ounces, so we need to use a conversion with ounces and pounds, and that would be one that we had earlier on. You can look at that, or you can look at the document, the paper that's got all the conversion stuff on that I gave to you or shared with you. So if you're not familiar, otherwise you can Google search that conversion, I guess. But 1 pound is 16 ounces. And so if we have 2.2 pounds, 2.20 is the same as 2.2 really. That would be multiplying by 2.2. And so if we do 16 times 2.2, that is 35.2. So it should be 35.2 ounces. So this gives you an idea of how to relate customary and metric units.